What if I told you that life is literally a game and there are so many persons that are losing which they are not even aware that they are playing a game? In this particular video, I'm going to open your eyes to show you why life is a game and why others are taking advantage of their own clarity, the clarity they have gotten in life, and how so many persons are losing, right? So let's get into the video. So in every game there are levels and stages. I still remember when we were small, right? We could try our hands on so many games, and even right now there's some games in our phones that we can try out, and we can literally see that there are levels to every game. And life also has levels. So the first stage is childhood. When you're small, you could literally spend your time, you could literally play around, you could literally relate with anybody, eat your mom's food freely without paying anything. You could do everything and just be yourself as a child. After that, you needed to move to the second stage, which is education, right? You needed to go to school to be able to get knowledge and be aware of some certain things, right? And after that level, it takes you to level 3, which is career, and this is where it gets hard. If you move from stage 1 to stage 2, the life game keep getting harder. So this is where so many people are stuck. They literally don't know their career, or they don't know what and what to do to be able to identify their career. So that's why you see people doing something that they are not happy doing, but because they can be able to make ends meet, they keep doing what they are doing to be able to live their life. So I think we have talked about that already, as seeing life as a game framework, which level 1 is knowing that life has levels, right? So the rule 2 is the objectives. This is where so many persons want things in the universe. Everybody wants freedom, everybody wants wealth, they want to be rich, they want to be wealthy, they want to acquire some certain things for themselves. Nobody wants to be poor. Everybody wants to have influence in the universe. Everybody wants to, leave a legacy when they are gone and all of that, right? Which is why you need to understand that life has levels. So what are the levels of life? So to my own understanding, right, I feel like life has 5 levels, right? And the level 1 is survival mode. This is where so many persons usually start what they want to do in the universe, right? The survival mode literally means you working every day to make ends meet, waking up every day, showing up, grinding, going to work and all of that, right? To make sure that you are living. So many persons that are in the universe fall under this first level of life, which is the survival mode. And the second level is stability mode. This is where so many persons usually start to take their life serious. They start to understand that for you to be able to live a better life, you need to have some skills. You need to be aware of some certain things. You need to provide value, right? And under this level, so many persons provide value for people to be able to get money for themselves, right? For you to be able to get money, you need to understand that money doesn't just come. For you to be able to have money, you need to provide value. So people that fall under this level provide value for people to be able to get money for themselves. So they are more likely to have more money than people who fall under survival mode, right? They have control of their time to some extent. So the level 3 is the freedom mode. This is where so many persons get to understand that for them to be able to move to the next level in their life, or be able to earn more, or have more impact, or be able to live a better life, they need to build systems. And here they get to have more time and more money and more freedom. Level 4 is the impact mode. Yeah, there are some persons here, this is where they have big brands. I think so many persons who have big brands fall under this level. This is where you have to be the brand. It can be a personal brand or a company and all of that, right? And so many persons here, they have more people that are working under them, and they get to pay more persons to be able to save their time. And as they hire more persons, as they come in, they help them to make money. So that leads us to the 5th level of life, which is the legacy mode. Here you don't need to talk much. This is where you have to understand that you need to ask yourself some certain question. What is your impact in the world? What if you are gone, right? What can people remember about you? What are people going to say about you? What are people going to talk about you? What are they going to say when you are gone? Or even as you are alive, what are people talking about you and all of that, right? So under the legacy mode, you can consider people like Fela Kuti, you can consider people like Michael Jackson and all of that, right? Because these people, they have legacy. They did so much in their industry. They impacted so many persons, and their work are speaking for them, even as they are not alive, right? So as we are considering that life is a game, and in every game you must have a skill. It's just like a fight, right? In every fight you must have a weapon, and if you have a weapon, you are more likely to win a fight over somebody that doesn't have any weapon. Let's say to fight with somebody, the greatest man in Africa, and the greatest man in Africa doesn't have any weapon, and I have a gun, right? And we are to fight. I'm more likely to win the greatest man in Africa because I have a weapon and he doesn't have. I don't need to allow the greatest man in Africa to approach me. I can literally stand anywhere and be able to give him the bullets, right? And he will die. Literally, he will die. Which is why you need to understand that for you to be able to play the life game appropriately, you need to have some weapons. And those weapons that you need to have are skills. So what are the skills that you need to have? And this is where so many persons start understanding the life game, and where so many persons don't understand the life game as well. You need to have some skills. So what are the skills that you need to have as a person? You need to identify the kind of things that you want to do for yourself. And for graphic designer, it needs to be very good. Design is your skill, right? And for some persons, marketing is their skill. For some persons, communication is their skill, is their weapon of winning the life game. So many persons usually use the weapon of communication to win the life game, and most of the times we start asking ourselves that why is such person winning the life game more than others? And you need to understand that communication is a very, very powerful skill in the universe. Communication has so many forms. Content creators are communicators. um Musicians are communicators. You can use so many forms to communicate to people. These people are giving value in the world, right? They are giving value to people. If I'm bored, I will literally log into social media to be able to watch some videos and then get relief. Whatever that is disturbing me, I can be able to laugh out loud, to be able to watch some few videos, and that is where I'm paying attention to skit makers. I'm giving them attention. I'm paying them by giving them attention, right? And attention is currency, basically. So they can be able to turn my attention into currency, and they can be able to earn money from the attention I'm giving them, or the attention you are giving them, right? So communication is a very powerful skill you as a person you need to know, or you need to have, basically, right? So here, like we are saying, you need to have some certain things, and these things are not just normal things, they are your skills, and they serve as weapons for you to be able to win the life game. What are the skills that you have? What are the skills that you have in your industry? You need to be very good at them. You need to be very good at design. You need to be very good at organization. You need to be very good at communication. You need to be very good at strategy. You need to be very good at communicating to people. You need to be very good at influencing people. You need to be very good at marketing. You need to be very good at persuading people to be able to do something that you want. These are skills that you literally need to learn in the universe for you to be able to win the life game. And if you start having these skills right, you need to understand that there are some certain things that you also need to know to be able to provide these skills in the universe to be able to make your life better. And this is where so many persons usually earn more than others, or usually live the life game better than others, because they understand that there are leverages in life. So what are the leverages in life? So the leverages in life that we can consider is, we have the capital, we have the system, we have the personal brand, we have the team and all of that, right? We have the internet, and these are leverages in life. You as a person that's coming out from a poor background, okay, let's not say a poor background, you are coming out from an average background, right? You need to understand that what are you leveraging on? Are you leveraging an internet because you literally don't have a capital? There's no smooth background for you to be able to build on. There is no capital for you. There's no system for you. There's no team for you to be able to leverage on. So you need to take advantage of the internet. Internet as a leverage favors anybody that provides value. You as a person, you need to understand that if you can be able to provide value on internet, you can be able to blow up, and you turn whatever you are building into currency and be able to earn money for yourself. That's why you can literally see anybody today just blow up within 6 months, within 1 year. I can literally start doing anything today. I can literally just start showing people more trees, or can literally start opening people's eyes to more devices or more animals, and that is value. I'm providing value on the internet. So that is why so many persons wants to go on the internet, because internet is a leverage, it's powerful leverage that people are using to be able to make their life better right now, because they are understanding that life is a game. So internet is a leverage on how you can be able to win the life game. So you as a person, that is why I'm saying that you need to be aware of yourself. Do you have capital to be able to build something? That's a leverage. Or there are some system, your family has a system, or there's a team where you work and all of that, you can be able to leverage on that. Or there's a friendship are leverages. If you have a friend that knows something, you can be able to use that as a leverage to get what you want to do. You can use a friend knows somebody that you want to connect with. So that friend, through your friend, you're able to get that person to be able to provide your skills. So let's use this example, right? I want to work with a company, and in that company I get to understand that the CEO is a friend to somebody that I know. I can literally leverage on the person I know to be able to have access and get to the CEO of that particular brand I want to work with, right? I'm using my friendship as a leverage to get what I want. So you should have this at the back of your mind, that there are leverages in life. So you need to understand the leverage of which you will use to be able to get whatever you want in the universe, because life is a game. Life is a game. So you need to understand which level are you using. Is it the internet? Is it capital? Is it friendship? You need to understand the leverage so you can be able to use one of them, or some of them that you can be able to use to be able to get what you want in the universe. So having known all of this, right, how are you going to start building your life appropriately to be able to win the life game? So on my journey of knowing all of this, I've discovered that there are three levels of which you'll be able to live your life, or you'll be able to start building your life appropriately to be able to win the life game, right? So the first stage is for you to choose your game. So I still remember when I visited home, where so many persons, in the village now, so many persons are not aware of the internet and all of that. So many people will still be asking you, okay, so what are you doing, all of that? Have you gotten job, or who are you working with? Which company are you working with? Or what business are you doing? All of that, right? I realized, or I chose my life game, and my life game is playing. I'm leveraging on the internet, right? So some persons in the universe, they don't understand they don't understand the weapons that I'm using, which are my skills, and they don't know what I'm using as leverage, which is the internet, right? So they keep asking themselves, and there are some persons that will literally provide or come to you to ask you that, okay, I have this opportunity for you, I have this other opportunities for you, and if you get this kind of opportunity, you'll be able to live your life better, you'll be able to have a better life, you'll be able to live an amazing life, right? That's why you need to understand the game you are playing. Choose your game. If you don't choose your game, the universe will choose your game to you, and it might be that whatever option is giving you, you might not like it. So let's say you have tailoring skills, right? So your uncle works in a bank, and the person wants you to go and be a banker. You now go ahead and do that because you want to please your family members, want to please your friend and all of that. You can imagine how your life will be miserable. That is why you need to understand that. You need to know yourself and be able to choose your game. What game are you playing? That is what you need to ask yourself. You as a person, what are the skills that you have? The skills you have will determine the kind of game you want to play. So the second stage is upgrading daily. You as a person, every day that you wake up, every moment in your life, you need to understand that you need to level up. You cannot build an empire in a day. You have to build it day by day. You need to build it every day. You as a person, you want to change your life, you need to every day wake up and improve your life. So you need to pay attention to literally everything that you are doing. What are the things that you are doing? Pay attention to them. How are you improving yourself every day? What are the levels that you need to improve yourself in? So you need to pay attention to all of this and be so obsessed with improving your life every day. And the third stage is playing the long game. This is where so many persons get stuck because they are playing a short game. You need to plan yourself very well to be able to play a long game. For you to be able to build wealth, you know that it lost time. You need to be able to give yourself time to whatever they are building, and that gives you awareness of playing a long game. Whatever that you want to do for yourself, how are you going to do it in the next 3 years? How are you going to do it in the next 5 years? How are you going to do it in the next 10 years? That gives you an idea of how you're going to play your game, right? Because you are going for something that will last test of time for yourself, because you are building yourself. You want to play the life game with awareness and clarity. These are things that you need to understand to be able to play your life game appropriately. It's for you to be able to know that life is a game. So you can imagine how so many persons are aware of all of this and are winning in life. The fact is that the life doesn't pardon you because you suffer the most. Life doesn't pardon you because of your ignorance. Life will favor you because you are playing the life game appropriately. You are giving it what it wants, and it will give you what you want as well. So I hope this video helps you a lot to open your eyes to see that, and to also know that life is a game. And for you to be able to win the life game, you need to be able to play it appropriately. So I believe this video has changed the way you see life. It has opened your eyes to see something that is new, or how you're going to play your life game appropriately, or some certain things that you need to start using as leverage, or some certain things that you need to start using as weapons to win the life game. So kindly like and subscribe, and drop a comment of how you see life going forward. Yes, these are the kind of videos we'll be dropping on this channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.